We like to call it the Supernatural Hour. And now, our hosts.
Hey, welcome to the Supernatural Hour podcast. This is your host, Raven. Wow, I was like really loud there for a second. Sorry. Chuck, and what's giving me this look like? What in the actual heck?
Well, this is Emmett. Am I that loud?
No.
No, and your mouth is way closer to the microphone, too.
This is Chad.
And this is Jess.
So, guess what time of the year it is?
School supply
Back
time.
to
It's
school.
School supply time. I
No.
bought mini composition notebooks simply because they're adorable. They're like the size of a playing card.
For once, I don't need a bunch of notebooks and pens and stuff for my class. I have wishes of science things, like a block that has like dead bugs in it.
Ooh.
I know. Amazon.
My name should be Hermione. I like school.
No
I'm
comments.
just shaking my
Chad's
head.
just checking his head. Okay. No, you're not to the Back to School podcast. Sorry, you're at the Supernatural Hour podcast. We mentioned that before. So, Chad, give us the business.
Business. We've got an investigation coming up. It's at Mercur Cemetery. Coming up very soon. Hopefully we can get that. That's August 6th at 8:30 at the Mercur Cemetery.
And I love the Mercur Cemetery. Mercur Cemetery is probably one of my favorite investigations just because it's so, well, not just because, but one of the reasons is it's so far out in the boonies that, I mean, you can't get a whole lot of, background noise pollution.
And when she says out in the boonies, she means really out in the boonies. And it's a primitive cemetery. It has been, there's no grass. It's sagebrush. It's brush. It's dirt.
It's
There's
rattlesnakes.
old
We've seen
rattlesnakes, old
there.
fences.
Sounds like
around
Mill
it.
Fork Cemetery.
Yeah.
You know,
Emma, have you been there yet?
I have not been out there, so
But
I'm
the
looking
Mill
forward
Fork
to
we
this.
did, right? That's the
Yep.
Mill Fork is when we went to.
That's
yeah.
the one on the hillside. Yep.
So no, I've never investigated Mill Fork, but I've driven past it. Can't you see it from SR6?
Yeah, right from the highway.
It's
Yeah.
like super old.
Yeah. That you drive up to it, you get out of your car. This one you actually have to have a pretty.
Got to go walking in.
It's uphill.
It's not a long walk, but it's a pretty good walk uphill. It's
It's
a quarter of a mile.
I would call it a
And then it's a steep trail.
brisk.
In the dark
Yeah, we'll be there after dark. That'll
with
be
the
really cool.
rattlesnakes.
Yeah. I don't know, a brisk hike. It's not a strenuous hike. It's
No,
just,
but it's a good hike.
it's not a flat trail.
Few hundred yards,
Yeah, probably quarter
mile. Okay.
Is it even that far? I don't think it's that
Maybe
far.
less than that, but
It's not very far.
yeah. It's a lot longer when you're hauling a 10-gallon bucket of paint up,
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
which I did. Last summer we did a service project there, and we fixed up a lot of the old the fences around some of the graves and the Boar back road
Backcountry
Off-road.
off-road adventure rally.
rally. They came out in force and really helped and did a great job. We continue to appreciate their help.
Really
Right.
cool.
Yeah, in fact, I don't even remember who it was, but some other group posted a picture. They'd been out there doing something, and I saw our freshly painted pickets in the back, and I was like, yeah, that looks good.
But it was really cool. I mean, it was a great service project that we did last May, not this last May, the May before.
Yeah,
And it was a, coming out of COVID adventure. It was great.
it was good.
Neat.
So that's it for the business. Anything else that you can think of?
If you are one of our insiders and one of our patrons, our Patreon event is coming up. We've picked a date. We just need to make sure that we're good with the venue. I mean, we're good with the venue one way or another. It's just a matter of whether we have one added little stop on our itinerary. And this is the one where we have dinner. We bring the main
course.
dish. You guys bring potluck, and this will be our third year, and it's super fun. So if you want to come and join us on this special Insiders Patreon only investigation and dinner, check out our Patreon page.
Go out to Patreon, sign up, and come to this great event.
I can't wait.
I'm sad. I get to miss it.
We'll send you pictures.
Thanks. I'll be there in spirit.
Okay.
She'll do some TikToks.
And we'll probably do Chick-fil-A again, and that's fantastic. If you haven't had the Chick-fil-A
Nuggets.
nuggety things, fan-freaking-tastic. Freaking. Have to say that because we're in Utah. We don't do the swears.
Okay.
Never.
No fetch.
So normally our next little segment would be on our
Residential
residentials.
investigations?
We haven't had one since we recorded last, but we do have one coming up. Emmett and Jessica haven't heard this yet because they just kind of finalized it this morning, and I have not had a chance to put it on our website yet, on our team page. But it is coming up August 1st. So
Just barely missed it.
So we will have a residential for you next time.
Same.
So before Emmett's segment, and a snort.
Wow.
Before Emmett's segment, go out and check out our shop at advancedparanormal.com. We've got lots of fun stuff out there, oils and sage and just all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I keep saying I need to buy a notebook.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet either.
You
Well,
have a tiny one.
You got some tiny ones.
We got 3 tiny ones.
But they don't say supernatural hour on them.
You could write that with a marker.
I think I got a sticker.
Yeah, oh, it's probably too big, though. I was thinking. Put all 3 of them together in a line and put the sticker across.
So we're doing pretty good on the YouTube and TikTok also. I think our YouTube, we're up to like 185 subscribers. So thank you. Continue and telling your friends about it and go out
Excellent.
and subscribe. That
Excellent.
helps us a lot.
Cool.
So Emma, I saw you brought a book today. Is that part of your segment?
Well, actually, it is. What we're going to talk about today is how to avoid picking up dust on your night vision videos and thinking it's an orb.
Oh, I like that.
Now, unfortunately for us, the easiest way to illuminate, your night vision camera is with a little light that just clips right on the camera. Mm-hmm. Okay. Unfortunately,
Usually the infrared.
Infrared, yep. The night vision, yeah. Unfortunately, with that light so close to the lens, that is the best way to turn a piece of dust into an orb when it's illuminated very close to the lens like that. Now if you're walking through a place at night, there's not a lot you can do. You can mount the camera on a little bar and try to offset your light.
Give yourself a little bit of space.
A little bit of distance. In video production, they use what's called 3-point lighting. You have the main light, which is slightly above and behind the camera, which is the main illumination for your subject. Then you have a side light, which is generally from the other side of the camera that the main light is on, and it's a little less intense. And then they'll do a backlight, which is down from behind the subject, and that kind of gives the subject a little bit of depth. But all these lights are away from the camera, and that actually is a good way to go. If you have a static camera, for instance, in a location, you don't want to have your light source right next to it. And a lot of these security cameras that people use actually have the illuminators in a little ring right around the camera lens. Yeah. So when those go off, if there's a piece of dust right in front of that lens, it's going to be out of focus because these are, focused a fair distance away from the lens, and it's going to look just like an orb. And the same thing happens with our camcorders. So the best thing to do, if you can, disable the lights on that and just get a little, we use these all the time, battery-powered infrared light sources. Put it a few feet away from the camera and maybe 1 or 2 of these side lighting the scene. And you'll reduce the dust orb percentage quite a bit. Like I say, not a lot you can do if you're just out investigating other than what I've seen some people do is they'll wear like a shoulder harness with a light on one shoulder, and they'll hold the camera on the other shoulder. And if you
try to give them some distance,
get some distance between them, and that helps a lot also.
If you're going to be in like one room or a space for like most of the time, then
then
maybe you want to set up the lighting better that way.
Yeah, then it's easy. Yeah.
I wonder if you could even have them mounted on some tripods, and you can just kind of carry them around with you.
If you got somebody to help you haul gear, a lot of things
Just
become easier. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and the thing about orbs, and we've mentioned this a time or two here and there on podcasts, but people will send us orb pictures all the time and say, "Ooh, look at all these ghosts," and it's like
photographs are really hard with orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you send a photograph. I'm just going to tell you, I don't know, because if I am taking the picture myself and I see, a little ball of light do things and move in ways that aren't bugs, that aren't dust, and I can't explain it, then I'll go, because you can tell a bug.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell this, when we do public investigations, it's like, you want to kind of see what the dust flow is in the room. And if it's, floating with the dust, it's just a reflection off of a dust speck. Bugs tend to be cigar-shaped, and they move like bugs. They zigzag. I know that sounds stupid. They move like bugs. But they kind of zigzag. You've seen flies fly before. You've seen bugs. But what you're looking for is an orb that moves not with the flow of dust and doesn't move like a bug.
And even though they only send you stills, how often do they ever send you 2 or 3 stills of the same
Right.
Yeah, you always
place?
say
So
to
you have
take,
nothing
like,
to
3.
compare it to.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I post an orb picture or, like on TikTok, it's because I saw it with my naked eye moving in a way that wasn't natural. Because I've gotten people, that's not an orb, it's just dust. It's like, I get where you're coming from, but I saw this with my own eyeballs.
Yeah, at Benson, when I showed, I think Emmett sent to you the pictures that I took of that doorway.
The doorway, yeah.
And I kept taking many, and it was like getting foggier. It was like weird, like mist, foggier, and then it was like gone. So it's like I wouldn't be able to see all that had I not taken like multiple pictures, whatever that was.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there's something about being there and seeing it yourself. But if someone just sends me random orb shots, it's like, I'm just going to tell you no because I don't know.
Yeah, so just be careful as when you light your scene. Just remember that these things have a limited depth of focus, and if your light source is very close to the lens and it looks like dust, it probably is, or even if it
Behaves
isn't,
like
it probably
dust.
is. Yeah,
I think that's one of the main things that you talked about. Things that behave like dust, following in the same same flow, or bugs that are doing bug-like things.
and if you're seeing orbs everywhere, it's probably dust.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's the tip for this time.
Awesome.
Before the junk drawer, I want to remind you all about Supernatural Hour swag at advancedparanormal.com. All of your needs under the moon, as we like to say. So please check that out.
Yeah, I want to get a shirt.
A shirt?
Yeah.
You need to get a shirt.
Yeah.
I need to get more Supernatural Hour attire.
We have a tapestry.
Oh, I can't wear a tapestry.
Just put it around like a
Yeah,
cloak.
like a toga.
That's
wear
it.
it like a toga, put a little
Supernatural
belt.
Hour togas.
Supernatural Hour toga.
That's
I
our
wear my
uniform now.
Supernet-
All of you have to wear it now.
I wear my Supernatural Hour hat all the time.
Yes, you do. I do have a hat. It's been a while since we've done a Stone of the Week. That used to be our segment, Stone of the Week, which is weird because we only podcast every
Like
2
stone?
weeks. Like a stone, S-T-O-N-E.
Like a little rock?
Yeah,
Yep.
a crystal.
Oh, I just got a bunch.
You've been doing stones, yeah.
Yes. And I
Yes.
got these little cards that's supposed to give you like a message based on the stone you pick.
So the one I picked for today is Bronzite, and it's unique because most stones, depending on the color, work with your different chakras. Like, if you've got thyroid issues, maybe you should use a green stone, like a turquoise or something like that. But this one, Bronzite, it's good. It will work for all of your chakras. So if you're like, you know what, I only want to get one stone, but I've got 3 chakra issues, get a Bronzite because it'll work with all of them.
What does it look like? I've never...
Not
familiar with it.
I usually pick a picture. It's kind of a brownish, greenish, kind of brown and green speckly.
Like crystalline or roundy or,
The ones I saw were kind of round. It says that they're a really common stone to get polished.
Okay.
They're kind of rare, but I guess not super rare because...
We'll throw some pictures up on the YouTube.
They look like what a movie would have in the bottom of a river.
Yeah, they're mostly brown. The one I saw had a little bit more green specks in them. So a couple of things that they do. They help keep your light and positivity up, but not so much light and positivity that you can't fight life's challenges. But you can fight life's challenges in a positive way. It's got the frequency behind the stone can eliminate or dispel negative energies, psychic attacks, hexes, or curses. So if you do a lot of ghost investigating, this would be a good one to throw in and wear when you're on a ghost hunt. It's got some really good healing elements to it. It can break traces of karmic bonds. And if you're going to do karmic bonds, it says, especially if you combine it with angel wing alunite. An alunite, A-L-U-N-I-T-E. Alunite? Alunite? I don't know. It works as a guardian stone that will protect you from negative energies. It neutralizes and transmutes them. Kind of going along with being positive. It can inspire you to remove negative thoughts that cause you stress and anxiety. If you're into Lucky Charms or Talisman, it's a good one to use for that. A couple other things. It can aid in purifying your blood and fortifying your nerves. Some people use it for trauma healing, depression, and anxiety, and that just kind of goes back to the positivity. And remember, you always are going to want to consult a doctor or your therapist. Stones are meant to, give you an added level of
supplement, and
supplement is a really good word.
And help.
Right. Healing energies can also relieve pains with cramps. So ladies, run out after you take your Midol, grab some.
Make a belt buckle out of it.
Make some Bronzite, right? Because it can help that. It says it balances the acidity and alkalinity in your body and also helps you assimilate iron. It can ease the symptoms of aging, and it can help.
I'll take a case.
Right?
It
can
does
help
everything.
It pretty much does. It helps the treatment of allergies and skin diseases. Can get rid of ulcers. It says the best way to use it is having it close to your skin, wearing it as jewelry. You can use it as an elixir. But so, anytime you make an elixir, you'll want to research that because some things can be poisonous, and obviously,
and not work in conjunction with other things that you might be taking with medications or other things. So be careful on that.
Yeah, research it before you do an elixir. When I say poisonous, if it says use it as an elixir, obviously it's probably not going to be poisonous, but you want to make sure that you do, the right dosage.
Don't put things in your body without knowing what's up with that.
Exactly. Don't just start swallowing.
Well, where's the fun in that?
One of the things it says is keep the stone charged for at least 12 hours to keep it working powerfully. And the best time to do it is when you are at night.
So how do you
when you are at night?
Yeah, I usually leave mine in the sunlight, which is hard to do.
So
when at night?
At night.
Sunlight
the
or
moon.
moonlight.
Full
There you go.
moons, new moons, probably different moods for what you need.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll have a USB port.
Oh.
You could make it into one, honestly, if you really wanted to.
Moving on. It says the best combination to use with Bronzite, if you like, combining them. I don't know how to say this without making it sound kind of naughty. Analcime. It looks like analcime, okay?
Okay.
An alchemy. I don't know. An alchemy.
Analcime. I'm sorry, that sounds dirty.
Is that a stone too?
Yes.
Okay, we'll throw a picture of that up too.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
I'm scared, though.
if you take Bronzite and
You might get some interesting hits on your search.
you can't unsee stuff. You can't unsee stuff. Be careful, Jess.
It's white and clumpy.
The stone.
Yes.
Okay.
It could have been worse.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So if you combine your Bronzite with your Analcime, it is really good to protect yourself from psychic attacks and creates a protective shield around you. So I know someone that needs that information, so I'm not throwing that paper away.
I love talking about rocks and minerals. I have to teach that anyways.
Don't teach about analcime.
No.
So
No, at least don't pronounce it like that.
No, maybe next time we could talk about malachite because it keeps coming to me for some reason.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We've
the
talked
big
about it
malachite
before,
thing
but I think it's
yesterday.
been like 100 years. Isn't that a green one?
Yeah, it's
We
really
can-
pretty, but
We can
and Emmett
revisit that
said
one.
you've just got some new stones too. Tell us a little bit about them.
yeah, we went to like an indigenous trading
Sorry,
post.
I just about choked.
Oh, yeah. The
I'm good,
Native
we're good.
American Trading Post on Redwood Road.
Yeah, we went
Okay.
there. So I was looking through. They had a rock shop right next to it, attached. I kind of went through, and earlier in the summer, we were at a market that had stones there too, and I got one. I was like, that one I'm attached to, and it was one called a Wonder Stone, supposed to be anxiety, depression. And I was like, dang, okay. I got some Septarian. Let's see, my favorite was the Blue Apatite. And so I researched some of these, and I started saying, today I feel like wearing this to see. I don't know, but I got some really good ones that are different that I've never heard of before. So it's interesting to kind of maybe talk about them or show them or something.
Very cool.
Yeah, you were in
Yeah.
there a while, so I knew you'd found the rock shop.
Because I have my little cage, like yarn necklace that you put it in, and I was like, well, this is going to be my new thing. And then I also got these like cards that you're supposed to like, do sort of like a tarot thing, but you kind of pull a card of like one of the minerals, and it tells you like a message.
Mineral tarot
Malachite
deck.
kept happening every time, and I was like, okay. So it was pretty interesting.
Neat.
Cool. I think we're good for this one.
About
that's an
about the
episode.
Hub Theater.
The teeter.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. Are we supposed to?
Yeah, we need to talk about the hub teeter.
Oh, yep.
I called it teeter because when I put it on our agenda, I didn't put the H. in it.
The hub
The
teeter.
Paranormal Junk Drawer is brought to you by the Hub Theater. The Hub Teeter.
We're gonna go back there soon
Mm-hmm.
because it's amazing there.
I did see a naked eye orb there behind one of the curtains on the stage. And who else saw? Denise saw that too, I think.
Yeah, we had quite a good investigation there.
Yeah,
It
I like that.
It was
I
a lot
like
of
the
fun,
hub.
and we'll be doing that one again. And then we're also going to hopefully do kind of a Paranormal 101 kind of a discussion that we're looking at doing there.
Sounds fun.
Which is going to be really fun. I'm excited about that. Okay. Well, stay spooky, my haunty friends.
Till next time.
Hey, have a great night.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Supernatural Hour at AdvancedParanormal.com. The Supernatural Hour is part of the Radio Ronin network found at RadioRonin.com. Copyright by Advanced Paranormal Services.